Hello, my name is Konstantin Perederi, and here is 6 articles to read with a new great set of information about AI and future of work and technology. I've invested heavily into the artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, natural language processing, research in that topic last several years, and there is a lot going on in that space. I personally believe that our world, we know it right now, is going to be completely reshaped by that technology trend, not just in the IT industry, but actually across the board. Today, I'd like to speak about some of those changes and provide you with a new set of articles about that topic. First of all, I'd like to draw your attention to the McKinsey report on jobs gained, jobs lost, which was published, I think, in December 2017, was already provided through our channel by another author, Mykola Taxay. But I'd like to draw your attention to this once again, because I feel that this is the most comprehensive report that was published over the last several years about how occupations are going to be changing. It actually provides that 375 million people are going to switch their occupations, another 400 million will basically lose their occupations. Their occupations are going to disappear. This report also talks about what are some of the new occupations that are going to show up there. And I think it's just important to read for yourself and for the future of your children, quite frankly. The next piece of information I'd like to share is about Canadian government and ethical AI. AI is being used now these days to predict crimes, for example, face recognitions. And it turns out that AI is also biased on race, on color, on your background. So Canada has taken special efforts to address that challenge. I find it particularly interesting because you don't see many countries doing that these days, and I think countries should be thinking about it because a government, they use AI for different goals and purposes. So I think it's an interesting reading. Another article to talk about is actually about a startup, UiPath, which is about robotics process automation. So it's actually that company that automates your work. And if you were creating some Excel file by moving numbers here and there, analyzing them, well, that is no longer needed. Companies like UiPath provide a tool that can completely eliminate that work and completely automate that. And that's actually not a startup anymore. They just raised 158 million, which basically took their company evaluation to over $1 billion. So it's quite a significant business. Another thing that I'd like to share with you is actually a little bit funny because I smile when I think about this. It's a competition between AI and lawyers. And of course, AI won the competition by beating lawyers in analyzing NDA. They're trying to find some issues and flaws in that NDA. And the accuracy of a robot was 94%. Of course, more importantly, robot did that work in 26 seconds, and lawyers, the best time was 2.5 hours. So there's things to think about it in that matter. Talking about the software that can actually predict crimes. The next piece of information, next article is about Palantir, which is actually a software that is being used by New Orleans Police Department to predict crimes, and it has been secretly used by during last 6 years, I believe. So it's interesting. It's interesting what's happening out there, and you may not even know what is out there. And I'd like to finish with a little bit of optimism. AI has some challenges, but it also has some significant improvements as well, such as learning from its own mistakes. When algorithms produce some result, it can actually learn from its own mistake. And I think it's awesome. OpenAI organization introduced a framework like that, was actually found by Elon Musk. So I highly recommend reviewing what is OpenAI overall, and as well as this specific article about how AI can learn from its own mistakes. With that said, happy weekend to you, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting soon. Thank you.